notes can be tricky, right? But has anyone ever told you to make an open throat in order to sing those high notes? We're going to talk about that today. Before we get to that, though, I just have to say this. Unless you are strictly a classical, opera, or choral singer, I don't recommend that you ever sing with an open throat. If you're a classical singer, opera singer, choral singer, keep listening because I'm going to tell you about making that open throat. And if you're not, if you're strictly a contemporary singer, please listen as well because I have something for you in here too. An open throat refers to the location and the amount of space that you make inside of your mouth. The location specifically for an open throat is in the back and up. So your soft palate, which is that squishy part in the back where the uvula hangs, when you lift that, which is comparable to making a yawn in your mouth, when you just, oh, that kind of space, that is creating an open throat. Oh, it's like you're expanding everything up and back and out, right? Now, like I said, if you are a classical opera or choral singer, that is exactly the kind of space you want to be making all the time when you're singing. Now, to sing a high note, you're going to sometimes you can find a little extra wiggle room to stretch even more open back there. So high notes require more space. Whether you're a contemporary singer or whether you're a classical singer, high notes just require a little bit more space. But the trick is where and how to make that space. It's going to be different depending on whether you're a classical singer or whether you're a contemporary singer. I'm going to tell you about both. With classical, you are going to want to make that open throat space, which is done by raising the soft palate, oh, like a yawn in the back, oh, right? And then as you sing a high note, you want to think about making more space by dropping your jaw as much as you can. Now, once you've dropped your jaw as much as you can, that's not the end, right? So you're going to drop your jaw as much as you can, and then you're going to start widening it. So let me give you an example. If I were to sing, then you can see how I've dropped my jaw while making that space in the back. I'm going to go up, and you'll watch my mouth start to widen as I get higher. So, right? Did you see my mouth go as I got higher, right? That is because I'm making that classical space. I've lifted as much as I can here in the back. I've dropped as much as I can here. So then, the next thing is to widen as much as you can, to make as much space as possible for that high note to come out and still be in the classical technique. If you are a contemporary singer, you are probably still going to get this advice. And please, 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 if you take nothing away from this video, please stop listening to this advice. If you are a contemporary singer, there is zero reason for you to sing with an open throat ever, unless you are trying to give yourself vocal damage. So why, if you're just one person and it's two different techniques, why does it make so much of a difference? Well, let me explain. When you raise that soft palate like a yawn in the back, what it does is it blocks off the passageway into your nose. So, no matter what you do, as long as you're lifted, that sound is not going to come out of your nose. However, when you don't lift, which is when you're speaking, when you're belting, or when you're mixing, belt and mix are both contemporary singing techniques, that sound is coming out here. So just like when I talk, you can hear that that sound is coming out of my nose. Now, why does that matter? Who cares if it's coming out of your nose? Well, you're going to care a whole lot in a minute. So, as long as the sound is coming out here, you don't have any breaks in your voice. Why is that important? Well, with classical singing, you have a chest voice and a head voice. And the chest voice and head voice are only able to be made in your body by lifting that soft palate in the back. So once you lift that soft palate in the back, It blocks off the passageway into your nose. So what it does is it makes it so your voice has breaks. And why is that important? It's important because as a contemporary singer, you don't want to use your head voice. I have yet to meet a contemporary singer who wants to use that kind of sound in their contemporary music. It just isn't a thing. So what a lot of singers do, because they think it's the only option they have, is they use this chest voice and they just keep bringing it higher and higher and higher. Now that chest voice is only meant to go so high before it has to stop, before it reaches its safe limit. And that safe limit for male voices is the F sharp above middle C. That safe limit for female voices is the A above middle C, neither of which is very high. So that chest is not meant to be used higher than those pitches. But most of the things that you're going to sing in your life go higher than those pitches. And you're not going to want to sing them in that head voice. So what do? That is why we have contemporary techniques of belt and mix. Because belt and mix, they don't have breaks. You can sing all the way up and all the way down, either in belt or mix, and you don't have any breaks, and you don't have any safe limits to worry about. Because they both have very similar ranges, very similar capabilities. So it's dangerous as a contemporary singer to sing with an open throat. And if you just scan here on YouTube, I did it once. I decided I wasn't going to use it. But I did a screenshot of all the voice teachers out there teaching contemporary singing and asking you to make an open throat. It is so bad for you. It's like signing up to have a voice loss situation or to get nodes because you're going to be stretching that chest past your voice. If you're truly making an open throat, that's what's going to happen. So please, contemporary singers, don't make an open throat. So what you need to do instead is learn the belt technique, learn the mix technique, so that you can be singing here without a lifted soft palate, without that open throat, and have all the flexibility in the world that you want and totally healthy singing. Now that I've told you all of that, where to go to learn some of this? I have videos on my YouTube channel, as well as my TikTok channel, as well as my Facebook channel. So if you want to go to any of those, you can find videos from me about how to do these things. I have videos on TikTok about how to belt, how to mix, how to do all kinds of things to stay vocally healthy. And I have a lot of those similar kinds of trainings here on YouTube. Also, check the links in the description below because I have loads of free offers for you down there. Things that you can do to get my feedback. So if you have a high note in a song and you want to know how to sing it without hurting, you feel like you're doing everything right, but it still hurts. Or you feel like you're doing everything right, but that note still isn't coming out. Get in one of those. I have free options and I have paid options for you to get feedback from me. So check out the link below for all of that information. I hope this was helpful.